Hello, and welcome to a new edition of True Audiophiles. Today I'm going to talk about a couple of reissue series that were announced. One's was announced a while ago, but I'm going to talk about it anyways, just in case you haven't heard of it. But it's one of those things that is definitely going to be keeping Kevin Gray busy for a while. Both of them, but they're pretty exciting reissue series that are being announced. And for those of you who don't know, the first one is going to be the one that I'm going to talk about is one that's been announced for a while, and we've already started to see some output from it. And that is the return of original jazz classic series by Prestige/Kraft. This series is going to be kind of like, what Blue Note's been doing, especially with their Tone Poet series. And that is, it's going to be all analog cut from the original master tapes by Kevin Gray at Coherent Audio. They're going to be pressed at RTI on 180 gram vinyl. And then they're going to have the tip-on jackets with an OBI. For those of you who don't know, the tip-on jackets are kind of the higher quality jackets for records. And they've already released one already, which is Workin', with the Miles Davis Quintet. This one I am actually going to be doing a sound quality shootout with. I think I've got a Analog Productions and I think a digital OJC version of it. I'm going to see what it sounds like, but it's got the original labels, the original Prestige label on it. I have my own nice inner sleeve that I've made on it after I've cleaned it, or I should say put onto it after I've cleaned it. But, the Obies, which are always fun. So, this is kind of like their answer, Kraft's answer to the Blue Note series of things. And so it should be exciting. There's going to be quite a few titles coming out soon. So that one was the first one that was announced, or first one that was released. Some other ones that are coming out on that are going to be Waltz for Debbie by the Bill Evans Trio, Mal 2 by Mal Waldron Sextet. Try to say that one fast and easy, which I failed miserably to do. But for those of you who may not know who that is, you're not alone, because quite frankly, I'm not familiar with him either. But you may be familiar with some of the people that are in the quintet, most notable ones being Jackie McLean and some guy named John Coltrane. So that one's coming out pretty soon. Sunday at the Village Vanguard by the Bill Evans Trio. See how that sounds compared to maybe the one step that came out. Another one that was released earlier as a one-step, Eastern Sounds by Yusef Lateef. And then Thelonious Monk and John Coltrane. Those are the ones that have been announced so far. All going to be coming out within the next few months or so. I think the Thelonious Monk and John Coltrane one are actually coming out, I think, next week, actually. So that one should be exciting to check out as well. Now, the bigger, well, not bigger, but another big announcement for Kevin Gray and his work that will never seem to end is Rhino is releasing some what they're calling their High Fidelity series. And what they're going to be doing is once every couple of months, or I think it's once every quarter or something to that effect, they're going to be releasing 2 records. It looks like it's going to be 1 jazz and 1 rock. They're going to be limited to 5,000 presses. I believe that they're only going to be available on Rhino's website as well. They're supposed to be similar to the original jazz classic Prestige stuff, where they're supposed to be all analog cut by Kevin Gray at his studio, his cutting studio, and is going to again be on 180 gram. I think they're gonna be pressed at optimal though this time, kind of like the Blue Note classic series stuff, and gonna have a similar high quality jacket, the tip-on jackets as well. And I think they're all going to be gatefolds as well, from what I understand. They've already announced and have put up on their website for release the self-titled Cars first album. And then they've also done something called Coltrane's Sound, which is basically some outtakes from the My Favorite Things era the My Favorite Things sessions that were done, I think, back in '64. So those 2 have already been announced and have been put on their website for sale. I've got them on order. Once I get them, I will do some comparisons on those as well, because I do have the Cars Mobile Fidelity and the original pressing. And I have I think it's 45 RPM version that was done a few years back of that Coltrane Sounds. So we'll be able to really check out those against some other audiophile releases and see how they compare and stack up. I think all these titles are kind of retailing for $39.99. I think that maybe it's been in response to the fact that Mobile Fidelity doesn't do full analog, so they wanted to hop on that bandwagon and make sure that, and between Rhino and Prestige/Craft, put out more all analog stuff for those who felt betrayed by Mobile Fidelity. So for those of you who are analog junkies and want to only buy all analog, you've got 2 new series to buy, and by the looks of it, they're going to probably be pretty good. I'll let you know again how the Miles Davis one sounds, but all indicators are it's pretty good. I know some people that have already listened to the Cars self-titled and the Coltrane Sounds release, and they both have gotten some pretty wonderful early reviews, and I'll be the judge of that myself and let you guys know what I think. I think it's probably going to be pretty hard to go wrong. But, so that's pretty exciting news. Some other exciting news on my side of things anyways was I got, a grail of sorts, although I have to admit that I'm not a huge mono fan, but I couldn't resist this when I saw it. And it is doing some record shopping earlier this week. I was able to score a mono, 6i mono, that is kind of blue. Not in the greatest of shape, but I think if it was in perfect shape, I probably wouldn't have been able to afford it. But there you go, 6i mono. From all indications, it's probably about like a 1961 pressing of it. But very excited to be able to check that out and see what this one sounds like in comparison to the digital reissue that they did probably, I don't know, it was like 5 years ago or so. Sony reissued a mono that was kind of, I think it was technically a remixed mono, but they digitized it and cut it to vinyl as part of their Legacy series. So I'll check that one out. But that is everything I have for this week. Are you guys excited about these new audiophile reissue series that are coming out, both by Prestige and Rhino? I am. I'm very excited. We'll see how they go. I'm kind of hoping that the Rhino, especially ones, the new ones, aren't as good as what I've already got, because I'm not sure I'm going to be able to keep affording all these new reissue series that are coming out by all the different labels. So what about you? Are you starting to run out of money to be able to afford all of these different variations of reissues? Go between the Blue Note, the Analog Productions, the Mobile Fidelity, the Prestige/Craft, the Rhino, Intervention Records. There's a whole bunch of companies doing reissues now, and a lot of them are very, very good. So, and fortunately, some of them are still affordable, so that's kind of the really good news too. Although they're still kind of on the pricey side, they're still they're still priced around the same price as regular standard traditional releases, so they're not too far off of that price, maybe within a $5 or $10 of them. So relatively fairly priced, given the attention to detail they're putting into these ones. So very exciting news. So that's everything I've got. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. If you liked what you saw here, hit that like button. Hit the alert bell to let you know when my new videos come out. Check me out on social media. The links are in my description in the description of this video. And that's everything I have. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And you guys have a great rest of your day and a great rest of your week. Thanks a lot.